Hi folks, welcome to, oh jeez. Hi again folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new here that I just talk random Buffalo Sabres talk. Let you guys take the floor from that point on. Now guys, there's something bugging me and it's probably bugging some of you. Why is there so much negative Lindy hate going on out there right now? I knew that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, but it's bugging me. It's like, what is wrong with Buffalo Sabres fans, I wonder? And I'm not talking you guys, I'm talking the ones out there. Like, what is wrong with them? Why do people just assume that Adams didn't try, didn't pick up the phone, and why do people just assume that this isn't a good fit? I don't get it. I really don't, guys. Didn't Lindy just take one of the youngest teams in hockey? I believe they were the second youngest team in hockey, or the third youngest, to like 110 points last year. And they got through the Rangers in the first round. Like, I don't understand. And a young team sometimes takes a step backwards. This happens, and this is what happened out there. And the truth is, the GM just, I think, just didn't do his job, Fitzgerald. He just didn't do his job out in Jersey. He didn't do a very good job of securing the net, and there's a few things he didn't do out there, kind of like what Adams did this year, kind of. You know, I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the panic. I don't like, just because people didn't get what they want, they have to assume this is the wrong call. Like, I wanted Quenneville as coach. I'm not going to say this is the wrong call. I don't know. I'm a little lost with it myself. Guys, I want to show you a clip before I go on. And this is really for those negative folks. Really. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this is a quote from Herbert Spencer. There's a principle which is a bar against all information, which is proof against all arguments, and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is content prior to investigation. And that's what those folks are doing that are doubting Lindy. And don't tell me you've seen him years ago. Don't give me all that crap, because if you've seen him years ago, you'd know that this man took us to the Final Four times within a 9-year span. From 98 to 07. 10 years if you want to count the lockout year. But you know, like in a 10-year span of our lives, the Buffalo Sabres went to the finals once and the Final Four altogether 4 times. They came out of nowhere in 06. And who developed, do you think, the transition game in the NHL? Lindy. Lindy and the Buffalo Sabres were the poster boys for what they called back then the long trap, which became eventually, as we know it now, the transition. He was able to bounce off of a long trap system that worked. So I don't get the hate for a man that doesn't need to prove himself to any of us. This guy's a winner. He's always been a winner. And people say, well, he hasn't won a Stanley Cup. Yeah, but look at some of the teams he's had to coach, guys. You think he was coaching this Dallas Stars team that we see now? No. Go look at their roster when he took over them and got them in the playoffs. Look at what he did in New Jersey with one of the youngest and worst teams in the league. He brought them to 110 points. I'm going to double check that. I think it's 110. I don't know. I'm beyond taken back by some Buffalo Sabres fans this time around. Negative. My God. And if that's going to be, I mean, if really, folks, if that's going to be the attitude is, oh, well, you know what, we're going to be bad and we're going to miss the playoffs again. And I'm seeing all this crap. And the thing is, those are the type of fans why I made this channel. It's idiots like that why I made this channel. Honestly, it's like, wow, they already given up. They're such quitters. Yeah, New Jersey last year, folks, were 52, 22-8, 112-point season. It was a New Jersey record. for points in a season. Even our Stanley Cup teams didn't have a season like that. So I don't get the hate and the doubt. One short year ago, Lindy won 52 games. And so the team had to step backwards this year. But the GM didn't exactly do him any favors, did he? So if you're really that desperate to be heard, I don't know, apply in Dr. Phil to go on his show or something. Like, why do you bring it into hockey forums and just immediately put the axe on it and say, no, this is bad. This is a terrible move. The Sabres are that nothing happened. Hey, I know that Lindy wasn't the first pick for the majority of us. He wasn't. Some of you, yeah, not me. And a lot of my regulars know. But am I going to complain that we got, and one guy was complaining we got rid of Granato to bring in Lindy. I mean, are you kidding me? Granato's teams will never hit. He's probably one of those hockey fans that said, well, hitting's not an important part of the game. Tell that to the Leafs and Bruins tonight, guys. What a game. Off topic for a sec. Did you guys see that game tonight? Put me in a hell of a good mood to make this video, I'll tell you that. In that game, guys, for those of you that don't know and haven't seen it, the Bruins won 4-2. But I want to give you the one number, and you know what number I'm going to give you. The hits in the game. The Maple Leafs had 68 hits. The Bruins had 65. Don't tell me we don't need Lindy Ruff behind our bench instead of Granato when I see that happening inside our division. Okay? Any of you that think Granato is the answer and the wuss hockey is the answer, can you imagine, guys, if we got into the playoffs and we played the same game? I mean, the non-contact Sabres show up into the playoffs to play one of these two teams. We'd get killed. We'd get killed inside of 5 games. We'd squeak one out because we're lucky or the goalie would rob it. That's it. We get beaten up and beaten. That's what would happen. Lindy's going to have this team ready, okay? He's going to have them ready for battle eventually. At least he'll get them ready. Granato wasn't getting us ready for battle. He was trying to just do the transition game and la-di-da up the ice with the puck and look pretty and hope that Tage dekes 4 guys and scores a goal. I mean, this isn't the way to go. You got to play physical in this league. And Lindy at least will not let the boys get away, I'll tell you right now, from being accountable, tough, and at least some mean in them, which we need, guys. You know it. I've been preaching it on this channel since I've started it, how I couldn't take it anymore with Granato. I couldn't. I just couldn't. As much as I like the guy, I wouldn't have a problem if they kept him on as an assistant, really. And maybe he could learn when he sees Lindy getting in a guy's face and telling him, why didn't you finish your hit? Or something like that in the future, because that's what's going to happen. Lindy's not going to hold any punches with these guys. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we need? People say Berube. Well, Berube came off, don't forget, okay, yeah, they won the cup. I'll say that much. They won the cup. But they needed to win a Game 7 in overtime. Okay? A Game 7 in overtime against Minnesota, I believe it was. Or was it Dallas? I think it was Dallas, right? It's one or the other. I always get the Stars and the Wild mixed up. They had to win Game 7 in overtime in a series along the way, or they could have never won that cup. So, you know, it's luck of the draw too in hockey sometimes. Come on, you know. The team woke up under Berube and they won the Stanley Cup, but they still got rid of him. You know, they made a coaching change when they felt it was time, and we had to do it. We had to do it. I think we got a guy in here that's going to hold the guys accountable, okay? And we know what Lindy's all about. We know his passion. We know how he'll get in the other coaches' faces and everything. We need this. We need a guy like this. At least we know what we're getting. And if you ask me if I wanted Berube or Lindy, I would say Lindy. If I had a choice. I'm being honest here. I would have fought with Gallant because Gallant really likes a physical game in his team, which I desperately want to see happen with the Sabres. But my choice, hands down, would have been Quenneville. It just would have been. It would have been Quenneville, because I think out of all the coaches not coaching, he is absolutely the smartest and best coach out there. You know, he just is, I think. But Lindy's a winner. Lindy's been around. Lindy's been in the system for how many years in Buffalo? I don't get the hate, guys. I don't see it. I don't understand it. At least, like the quote said, that's contempt prior to investigation. And people say, well, we know what Lindy's all about. No, you don't. Not with this bunch. I don't. So how do you know? How do you guys know? How do you know ahead of time that this isn't going to work? Please explain, because you can't. It's bullshit and you know it. It is. It's cowardice crap. That's what it is, guys. Till I see this relationship fail, I'm not going to say it's going to fail. This might be exactly what these kids need, is a kick in your ass coach coming into the locker room and just letting them hear it. When they're smiling, they scored 3 goals, but they put on 3 hits in the period. Lindy comes in and rips into them. And they're like, oh my God, I thought we had a good period. No, you didn't. You guys are wusses all period. Like, he's going to hold them accountable. This is what we need. So they don't think they can get away with anything. Do you haters understand this? We don't want a coach that's going to let them get away with slacking anymore. This is the guy. Absolutely. I can't say Berube's the guy. I've never seen him coach the Sabres. I don't know, but I've seen Lindy. I've seen his whole career too. So I can talk. I'm allowed to. I can tell you, I've seen his whole career. I remember in the playoff series when he went after Billy Smith in 1980. I remember that, yeah, in Long Island, when he poked him right in the eye, and then Lindy just went right at him. I remember these things. I don't see why, guys, that we should have this negative thing with Lindy Ruff. My goodness, let's open our arms to him and at least see what happens before we judge. Come on. I thought our fans were a little more knowledgeable. I cannot believe some of the crap I'm reading online. It's unbelievable. But then again, these negative people, they just want to be heard, so they know they exist still. It's part of the truth. So I think we got to let the naysayers just roll off of us. I just wanted to vent a bit about it tonight, guys, because it's been really pissing me off. I don't understand it. I don't need to understand it. I can tell you one thing. On this channel, won't be tolerated. So I don't get why they can't just give this man a chance and let's see what he does. This is Lindy Ruff. This isn't I don't know. Name any other coach that you guys aren't crazy about. What's his name? Tom McClellan, let's say. I wouldn't want him. And if he got hired in Buffalo, there'd probably be less negativity. And it's not a PR stunt. The PR works, though. And I'll tell you what, if it works, they should milk it. Yeah, milk it. Sure. So if you're telling me that it's a PR stunt, okay, good. That's an added bonus then. That's the way I look at that. This boils down to the team winning, not some press conference. The team winning. And Lindy will not have a 16-year leash. He knows it. He's got to get this team winning inside of a few years. He's got to get this team going. He knows it. And he's up to the challenge, like he said. So ease up, guys. Good Lord. I mean, this thing about the hate on Lindy, enough already. It's childish. It makes the Sabres fans look stupid. It really does. We're a more knowledgeable fan base than that. What we should do, give it some time. If it's not working, we're all open-minded here. We all tell. We don't hide these secrets. When it came evident that what I was bitching about years ago with Granato came to fruition this year with all the fan base, because a lot of the fan base this year said, okay, I can't take this soft team no more. Guys, I wasn't imagining it years ago. I wasn't. I'll be the first one to say, okay, this is what Lindy's doing wrong. I'll be the first one to say it on here where I think he's got to make an adjustment. And Lindy's a smart coach though, man. He'll know. If there's an adjustment to be made, he'll make it. All right? That's my rant. That's it for the night. I'm done. I'm done talking about this crap because it's ridiculous that I'm even having to do a video on this. But hey, I wanted to talk about Lindy. I want to talk about the situation. I want to talk about the frustration I'm feeling reading these notes online. It's wow. Enough. Come on, guys. We're smarter than that. All right, guys. Done. And I'll see you guys soon enough. I'll see you tomorrow morning in the early bird with good news. The Leafs lost. Have a good night, guys.